transparency, responsiveness, consensus,
giving an accurate and precise reports and records.
To maintain or improve their well-being.
The organization are the accountable to those who will be affected.
Having a role in the process of decision making, either directly.
Success and failure to themselves, to their own.
It is about the belief that moral top could follow the laws of an organization to protect the company's image.
And this is a must be executed willingly and wholeheartedly. So the fourth
Of the concept of good governance if your life is systematic or in order.
Mission, vision, the goals of the company, and also the policies.
Good evening, everyone. So we are here in another episode of The Late Show, and I'm your host for tonight, Wilfredo Sumuya. So business is everywhere, right? From the moment we step outside our houses, you can see many businesses. So my question is, what is good governance and code of ethics in a business? Is this really part in the business world? So to enlighten us tonight, we have our guests from different businesses and companies. Please help me welcome our first guest. She is the owner of SA Company and her business is running for almost 5 years now. So let's see if we can get some lessons from her. She is Miss Sheen Angela Salinas. How are you, ma'am?
Good day, Wilfredo. Good day, Ma'am Arabias, and good day, everyone. Thank you for having me on the show.
Nice to hear that, Miss. Can you share us some of your thoughts and ideas about the concept of good governance?
To tackle the concept of good governance, let us define the word governance. So, the governance describes the overall management approach through which executives will direct and control the entire organization. Perhaps a governance is the action or manner of governing an institution or an organization. This simply means that a governance activities will ensure that the critical management information reaching the executive team is must complete, accurate, timely to enable appropriate management decision making and will provide control mechanism to carry out the organization systematically and effectively. So, the word governance and government comes from the French word means governance. The spelling would be the Governance, which means that the act or manner of government. So, and there are a lot of meanings when they define the governance. So, the government in the mid-16th is a system by which something is governed. And in late 18th century, it came to develop as a governing authority. So, the NGOs or the non-government organization, the IMF or the International Monetary Fund, and the UN or the United Nations are one of the example of government that sets rules and direct people. So a good governance is a normative principle that offers well-managed and well-allocated resources to provide the need to a collective problem of people. So, in the other hand, ang good governance is a normative principle nga gapakita og well-managed and well-allocated resources para makaprovide sa mga tao nga especially those who are in need, like people who are in need. So, diyan nimo makitaan ang good governance.
Thank you for that information, Miss. For you, what are the importance of good governance in our daily life or in a business?
Thank you so much for the question. So the question is, what is the importance of good governance in our daily life or in the business? So, as a manager, the importance of good governance in our daily life or in the business is totally have a great and better impact. So, when you have a business manggod, of course, you have to be critically systematic and in order as always. So now you also have goals and objectives to be achieved. So in able to reach the top of your success, you should govern your company. This includes setting rules, setting boundaries, and standards. Also, consider not only yourself, but also your employees and other stakeholders. So you should listen to them. Dili lang kay perminting sa imong kaugalingon. Good governance towards your people will give effective and efficient towards the success of your company. Same in our daily life, governing your life will lead you to the right path. Setting rules and boundaries is given to achieve what you want to become. If you want to be successful or you want to be a failure. So, ang good governance, makita nato siya Diyan na to ma-identify if you have the concept of good governance, if your life is in a systematic or in order. Maka-provide ba siya sa imong needs or something a problem on you. So, sa business, especially sa business, ang good governance is so important kay ang business man good kailangan siya og critically systematic and in order. Dapat ka magplano, mag-direct, mag-control, 'di ba? So, naana siya sa business. So, when you have a good governance, of course, your business will be successful. And to consider the good governance, you should also consider not only the internal environment but also the external. This includes the people surrounds you, your stakeholders, your employees. Same of yourself. If kung ikaw mag-govern ka sa imong self in our daily life, you will lead your life to the right path. You will do the right thing. Dili ka maghubog-hubog or going to the wrong path, magubad sa mga barkada, sa mga bad influence. Of course, mag-set kag boundaries, then of course you will achieve or you will become what you want. You will become successful someday, like a manager, diba? And that is the importance of good governance in our daily life and the business. Thank you.
I think all of you will be glad for our next guest, who won't be. She studied her master at Harvard and running her business for almost 4 years, and she have 10 branches of her business, and also her business is ranked as number 2 in the whole Philippines. Please help me welcome the owner of Kim Cosmetics, Miss Kimberly Acao. Good evening, Miss Kim. You look lovely tonight. How are you? Are you nervous or excited?
So, good evening, everyone. So, I'm happy and excited about this interview tonight.
So, ma'am, can you tell us what are the basic good elements of good governance?
Good governance is a way of systematic governing, establishing justice and peace with the intention of safeguarding the rights and freedom of every member of the society. So there are 8 elements that we consider are essential for governance to be effective. So these 8 elements applies to members of governing bodies and also to chief executives and senior managers who work and report with governing bodies. So the 8 elements are the rule of law, transparency, responsiveness, consensus-oriented, equity and inclusive, effectiveness and efficient, accountability and participation.
Miss Kim, for you, what is rule of law? Can you explain that to us?
Rule of law is the protection of human rights and civil liberties, particularly for those of minorities, by the independent, unbiased, and principal law enforcement agencies. And I hope you learned something.
Thank you, Miss Kim. Our next guest also graduated at Harvard University and the daughter of the owner of BL Company. Her product is known all over the world, and there are 2 branches in USA. Please help me welcome Miss Miriam May Blaze, the owner of May's Clothing Line. Hello.
Hello everyone. Hi, Mr.
Hello, Miss. How are you today?
I'm glad that you invited me here.
We are glad to, Miss. So can you share and tell us what is transparency?
Transparency is one of the basic principles of good governance. It means making sure everyone is aware of what is going on throughout the organizations at all times. So it is the process of being honest and open about the company's operation. For instance, giving an accurate and precise reports and records to shareholders and stakeholders. That is transparency.
What about responsiveness? Can you explain it to us?
Oh, sure. Responsiveness is the combination of 2 inseparable elements, which are the value and speed. So value is any information in the form of questions such as data, research, and while the speed is the time it takes to give the demanded information to a customer. It just simply means someone who takes initiative and doesn't need someone to specifically direct them or consistently offer solution to difficult problems. Thank you everyone.
Are you familiar to this tagline? We big it right. Well, our next guest has 15 branches all over the Philippines and 1 branch in America. She's also starting her new business now, which is the sweet cakes. So help me welcome Miss Fatima Di Mapuro, the owner of the Golden Bread Bakery. Hello, Miss Fatima. Welcome back to our show.
Hello, Mr. Wilfredo. I'm glad that I'm back. By the way, hi viewers!
I have this question to you. For you, what is consensus-oriented? Can you explain and share your thoughts to us?
So, consensus-oriented is demonstrated by an agenda that seeks to mediate between the many different needs, perspective, and expectations of a diverse citizenry.
And how about equity and inclusiveness? Can you also explain that to us?
So, equity and inclusiveness, it is depend on ensuring that all of the members of a community feel included or empowered to maintain or improve their well-being. Thank you, everyone, and also thank you, Mr. Wilfredo, for inviting me. So, see you all next time.
Who among here loves to eat sushi and Japanese foods? And are you familiar with the line, Sushi Yushi, the joy of sushi? Well, she's running her business for almost 6 years and you can see her branches anywhere. Please help me welcome Miss Lovely May Yucho. A lovely evening to you, Miss Lovely. Welcome back.
Hello everyone! OMG! I miss you, Mr. Wilfredo! I'm so happy that I'm back here at your show!
We're all happy too. So, Miss Lovely, can you share us something about what is effectiveness and efficiency in good governance?
Well, effectiveness and efficiency is also one of the basic elements and it is vital in good governance. So it means that it is developed by making a sustainable use of resources to create an advantageous results to meet the needs of its stakeholders. So effectiveness means is the quality of the results that we achieve, while efficiency is how we execute our task. Like when we work, we use less amount of time, the resources, and our human efforts to do the job.
Also this one, Miss Lovely, what is accountability in good governance and who is accountable to whatever decisions or actions that should be documented in policy statements?
Well, accountability is a key requisite of good governance and it is best practice in many other aspects of business and in social life. Generally, the organization are the accountable to those who will be affected by its decisions or actions, whether they are internal or external to an organization. So, it is the employees are the responsible for their actions, behaviors, performance, and decisions. This will also link to an increase of a commitment to work and employee morale, which leads to an increase of a higher performance.
So our next guest, she became also our guest before. She studied her masteral at USA, and her products became known for almost 3 years. Please help me welcome again, Miss Nicole Manabat, the owner of NYX Cosmetics. Welcome back to our show, Miss Nicole.
Hello, Will. I'm so glad that I'm back here.
How are you, Miss?
I'm fine and happy, Will.
For you, Miss Nicole, what is the importance of participation in good governance?
Participation in good governance requires equal participation by all groups, with everyone having a role in the process of decision-making, either directly or through legitimate representatives. In participation, everyone must be informed and organized. It consists of the freedom of association and expression. So in general, it needs alternative concern for the best interest of the organization and society, especially for those most weak and helpless.
And also, can you explain to us what is ethics, values, and moral in governance?
So firstly, ethics is about directing human conduct using the standards of right and wrong that tells people what must be done based on rights, obligations, benefits to society, fairness, and specific values. Secondly, values are an individual's judgment or standard of behavior. And lastly, morals are another individual characteristics that can affect an individual's ethics. Therefore, a good governance cannot be successful in the absence of ethics and moral values. It is said that ethics and moral values can bring good governance and maximum public welfare.